I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, and how he was acting, being that, me, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, we was all cool at one point in time. And
now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight.
4 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud.
Terence Crawford spoke directly about Floyd Mayweather and his own legacy with strong confidence. He said that Floyd chapter in boxing is already over and clearly stated that this is now his time. Crawford explained that Mayweather era has ended and attention should shift to him as the current face of boxing. With firm belief, he presented himself as the fighter leading the sport forward for the modern generation.
For Jake and Tyson and some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
You don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing.
Floyd Mayweather reminded fans that he defeated Canelo Alvarez at a time when Canelo was younger, which showed his high level of skill and experience. He said that Terence Crawford beating Canelo should not be treated as an extraordinary achievement because both fighters earned major wins against the same opponent. From Floyd's point of view, this proves that his victory still stands above the rest and that Crawford's success does not surpass Mayweather's overall legacy.
He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say? Well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights he got.
Many boxing experts say Terence Crawford should not yet be placed alongside Floyd Mayweather because he does not have an unbeaten 50-0 record like Floyd achieved. They feel that becoming greater than Mayweather requires more than beating top-level fighters such as Canelo Alvarez. A common opinion is that Crawford should move to a higher weight class and face David Benavidez, who is known for his strength, size, and danger in the ring. Defeating Benavidez would show Crawford's courage and prove he can overcome one of the toughest opponents in boxing today. Without a win like this, some believe Crawford will never be remembered at the same level as Mayweather, no matter how impressive his career has been so far.
record, right? Floyd's legacy is 50-0, 24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because he's undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford, but both of their best wins are Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was a younger, greener Canelo when Floyd beat him. Bud beat an older, slower, but more seasoned Canelo. Now, Bud's not going to surpass Floyd because of the record. He's not going to make 50-0. Bud has to separate himself. What he has to do is do something that Floyd didn't do. Take on the challenges that people are scared for you to take. Just that's what separates Leonard and Duran from the rest. If Bud Crawford beats David Benavidez, he will surpass Floyd Mayweather as far as on the all-time list. As of right now, if Bud Crawford retires, I would have him somewhere around the top 5.
Trainer Robert Garcia sees the situation in a very different way. He believes Terence Crawford is not likely to put his legacy at risk by fighting David Benavidez. Garcia says Crawford is a smart boxer who understands how to secure his place in boxing history without facing unnecessary danger. Benavidez has a major size advantage and presents a serious threat that could end Crawford's unbeaten run. In Garcia's view, the risk is too high compared to the reward because Crawford already has an outstanding record and does not need to fight someone far outside his natural weight class. This opinion reflects the ongoing debate between chasing legacy-defining risks and protecting a nearly perfect career.
Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk, but it is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take.
Jeff Mayweather, who is the uncle of Floyd, gave his opinion and said that even though Terence Crawford clearly outperformed Canelo Alvarez, the fight should not be treated as the final standard. He explained that Canelo was no longer the same fighter he once was and did not throw punches with the same power or sharp timing. Jeff mentioned that before the bout, many people questioned Crawford and doubted the quality of fighters he had faced. After the win, some people still try to reduce the importance of what he accomplished. In Jeff's view, the victory was strong and respectable, but it must be judged with the full picture in mind. Since Canelo was not in his prime, the win does not remove all criticism or place Crawford beyond debate.
After the fight, because he couldn't handle the power, and obviously that proved not to be, or to be the case, that Crawford could definitely handle the power. Were you surprised that, didn't look like, maybe once or twice looked like maybe Crawford felt it, but never in any kind of real trouble?
Yeah, I don't think that Canelo really hit him. I mean, he hit him a couple times clean, but I mean, Crawford, Crawford's a big guy too. Crawford took it like it was nothing. I mean, and he hit Canelo a few times. I mean, and Canelo took it as well. So I mean, basically, at the end of the day, I mean, they both took decent shots from each other, but Crawford just didn't get hit as much as Canelo did.
Do you think that was a case of you can't Canelo's a guy that's not out there throwing huge combinations, like he's more of a punch at a time kind of guy, and that's not going to work against someone as slick and talented as Bud Crawford.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, basically, Canelo was looking for just one big shot, trying to land a big shot on Crawford, but Crawford wasn't having it. And Crawford at times would say, I guess he would say to himself, I need to, do a little more work. And basically, and it seemed like he just did that, and he would let his hands.
Roy Jones Jr. gave a critical view on Floyd Mayweather's legacy. He said that apart from fighting Canelo Alvarez, Floyd did not regularly face the very best opponents of his time when they were at their peak. Jones questioned why Mayweather is often called the greatest when many of his fights were against boxers who were smaller, older, or past their prime. He suggested that the legendary status given to Mayweather is larger than what he actually achieved. For Roy Jones Jr., while Floyd's unbeaten record is remarkable, the level of his opponents and the timing of his fights leave room for debate, especially when comparing him to more versatile fighters like Terence Crawford.
Top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10?
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5. Yeah. He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further.
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was
Manny
not on his
Pacquiao,
level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great.
I agree.
All right, so that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them biggest, best 2 names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who
because I can't name a person.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney.
Another analyst pointed out the difference between fame and actual skill. He said that Floyd Mayweather has a fan base like no other in the world, built on his long unbeaten streak and huge pay-per-view success. But looking only at talent, he believes Terence Crawford could be better than Floyd. Crawford's natural southpaw style and his rare ability to switch stances smoothly during a fight let him adjust to any opponent. This flexibility and all-round skill have made many people say Crawford may have technical abilities that even surpass Mayweather's. The discussion raises a bigger question in boxing. Should greatness be judged by worldwide popularity and numbers, or by pure skill and adaptability inside the ring?
Wins this fight. I'm going with Terence Crawford, and I don't think that's unpopular or crazy to say. I think most people will agree with me. I understand Floyd Mayweather has a lot of fans out there, but the truth is, as great as Floyd Mayweather is, Terence Crawford is one of one. And I say that because who else has knockout power in both hands, is able to switch stances between orthodox and southpaw so seamlessly while having great footwork? It's not like Terence Crawford is some stationary target or a flat-footed fighter that's going to be chasing Floyd around. Terence Crawford knows how to cut the ring off. He has tremendous ring IQ. And not only is he a great boxer, but he's a great fighter. He'll be able to make it dirty. If he is on the inside with Floyd, that power will carry him far. And I just don't see how Floyd will be able to beat a Terence Crawford. I really don't see it. I understand Floyd's defense is incredible, but he is smaller than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford would have a significant reach advantage on Floyd Mayweather. I believe Terence Crawford would also be taller than Floyd Mayweather, as well as all the skillful and technical aspects of what I just laid out prior. So I don't understand how anybody could pick Floyd Mayweather to beat Terence Crawford. Styles make fights, and I believe Terence has the style to beat one Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Join the discussion, subscribe for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all.
Former world champion Shane Mosley gave a direct comparison between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. He said that Crawford's natural size gives him an advantage that Mayweather never had. Being naturally bigger lets Crawford compete in more weight classes while keeping his power and strength. Mosley pointed out that Floyd was excellent at defense and timing, but Crawford's physical gifts let him control fights in ways Mayweather could not. For Mosley, this makes comparing the two unfair because Crawford's body and natural build give him opportunities that Floyd never had.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Jeff Mayweather also reminded fans that when Floyd fought Canelo Alvarez, he was already past his prime. Even though he was older, slower, and not as sharp as before, Floyd still outclassed Canelo using his experience, defense, and ring intelligence. This shows the difference between Floyd's win over Canelo and Crawford's. Jeff noted that Crawford beat a more experienced version of Canelo while Floyd did it when he was no longer at his best, which makes Floyd's achievement even more impressive. For Jeff, this context proves that Floyd's greatness is still unmatched even as Crawford keeps adding wins to his record.
Razor-thin decision, Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose?
20s.
I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo was saying what he's saying.
Want to
make himself look like he did something great.
Crawford has also shared his thoughts on being compared to Floyd Mayweather. He recognizes all that Floyd accomplished and agrees that his legacy is lasting. At the same time, Crawford stresses that Mayweather belonged to his own time and every era eventually changes. He said that greatness cannot last forever and a new generation will always rise to take the spotlight by proving they are the top fighter of today. Crawford respects Floyd's achievements while clearly positioning himself as the leading figure in modern boxing.
4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. No friends in this business for you. I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Trainer Greg Hackett praised Terence Crawford highly after his win over Canelo Alvarez. He said the victory strengthened Crawford's legacy and showed he could surpass Canelo. However, Hackett made it clear that this does not place Crawford above Floyd Mayweather. He emphasized that while beating Canelo is a major career achievement, it does not take away from everything Floyd accomplished over many years. In Hackett's view, Crawford deserves credit for such a strong performance, but comparisons to Mayweather should be made carefully since Floyd's record and achievements are much greater and more proven.
Right now in the sport, that's supposed to be the man, big bad wolf. You beat him, you the wolf. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, well, so I'm gonna fight. You beat the shark, you beat the wolf. Damn. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't no more ops out there. It's ops out there, but who gonna make them really want to get up? That's the
shit gotta make sense. Like you said, you beat a shark and then you beat a wolf.
Yeah.
But there's the monster.
Yeah, there is, but that's like a real monster.
Bro, that's to me it don't make sense, but that's
really
what.
A monster.
Yo, is that proof? All right, we got the legendary Pape in the building. Legend. But what makes sense? Like, what makes the most sense? I knew you said get a line of suits, Brooks Brothers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
line of suits. The line of suits get your money, man. Hey, go ahead and get the easy money. Man. You ain't gotta sweat no more.
What's up,
Not
boy?
saying you ain't gotta work, you ain't gotta sweat.
What's happening?
He's paved a career where he could sit down at a table and get this money. He could come out with a Terence Crawford series now, just doing whatever he like to do. People gonna watch it. Nobody. The fighting part, people don't understand what it's like to be a fighter. A lot of times fighters really don't be interested in certain fights. It's because when a guy see himself up here and then fighting a guy down here, it don't interest him. So therefore, when he train, he not gonna really train. He gonna train, but he not gonna train. He not gonna listen. He gonna feel like his coach taking it too serious, and he like, man, this ain't even that. But your coach like, listen, you can get fucked up. I'm telling you, you don't want to listen. Then you go in there and fight that guy. Then you get. I seen it happen.
Former champion Sean Porter discussed Crawford's victory over Canelo on his podcast. He said that Crawford did more than just rise to the challenge, he completely dominated Canelo in a way few expected. Porter noted that the fight showed Crawford's ability to succeed across multiple weight classes and against different styles of fighters. He demonstrated adaptability, technical skill, and mental toughness at the highest level of boxing.
As for Jake and Tyson, and you know, some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, you know, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, you know, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You know, you lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
You don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero, after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul, I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Perhaps the most remarkable achievement that sets Terence Crawford apart from most fighters is becoming the first boxer to hold undisputed titles in 3 different weight classes. This shows not only his versatility but also his consistency and success over many years. Very few fighters in history have been able to dominate so fully across multiple divisions. This accomplishment secures Crawford's legacy in boxing history and ensures that no matter how he is compared to Floyd Mayweather, his status among the all-time greats is already established.
Bud Crawford defeats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the first ever male 3-division undisputed champion in boxing history. Thank God the judges got this one right. But wow, what a technical battle this was. It was a very close fight, but as it went on, Terence was getting more and more comfortable in there. I remember in the 7th round, he even stood right in front of Canelo and fought him on the inside. Then in rounds 9 through 12, Crawford really started to open up on his flurries, gaining Canelo's respect. But the reason Crawford won this fight was because he was surprisingly durable at 168. He was able to do his thing because for the 36 minutes he was in there with Canelo, he was never really worried about what was coming back at him. I mean, Canelo just kept going to Terence's right side of his body, and that stung a couple times, but those were the really only hard shots Canelo landed. Unfortunately, this is terrible for Canelo's legacy because the smaller man beat him up, and Canelo's kind of been cherry-picking his opponents the last couple years. But well-deserved for Terence Crawford. It's gonna look amazing on his legacy. Boxing got it right tonight. On the biggest stage, with the most eyeballs, no controversy, just pure sport. and one of the best ever at the sport got it done tonight, Terence "Bud" Crawford.
Alright everyone, stay tuned for the newest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss anything. Make sure to check out our other videos as well. Until next time, take care and stay safe. Interview 13. Perhaps the most remarkable achievement that sets Terence Crawford apart from most fighters is becoming the first boxer to hold undisputed titles in 3 different weight classes. This shows not only his versatility but also his consistency and success over many years. Very few fighters in history have been able to dominate so fully across multiple divisions. This accomplishment secures Crawford's legacy in boxing history and ensures that no matter how he is compared to Floyd Mayweather, his status among the all-time greats is already established. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the newest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss anything. Make sure to check out our other videos as well. Until next time, take care and stay safe.